unzip the pants of Donkey Kong?
Never.
Okay.
He doesn't even wear pants.
Not yet, anyway.
I mean, Nick, you can, but
Anyway,
once.
let's... Yeah? Once. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this session of Donkey Kong 64, the way to our next world is upon us, but we're not doing that just yet.
We don't want to go for swimming lessons today.
We got some spring cleaning to do. And I mean, makes sense considering we're still in the season of spring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's
And I
time.
just realized, why don't we start off with something a little quicker first and foremost?
What are we going to do?
First, we're going to head on back to the angriest of Aztecs down in that there house. Though, right around the corner, you'll find these big rocks that are actually blocking some of these musical pads.
Oh.
Now, DK, well, he's a strong ape. He should be able to pick these up, but he can't. That's where Chunky comes in.
He's not strong enough.
Chunky is a strong boy.
With relative
Look at him.
ease.
Look at him. Oh, and these are apparently explosive boulders too. But
They're filled with nitroglycerin.
with the power of the Tag Anywhere, we notice multiple music instruments.
Oh, there you go.
This is going to be, in my opinion, James, some of the more lazier, like, bananas in the game, in the sense of they didn't know what to do with the challenge, so they're just like, hey, here's a banana.
Well, not all of them. We'll give you my automatic banana. In other cases, they'll activate a barrel somewhere else in the world.
Oh.
But where is this?
That we're not going to be going to for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little ways from here. But here's one that Chunky can play on.
Though I will say that feels a little bit counterintuitive. It's like, hey, you did the thing with one character, now you unlock a thing for a different character. Why can't you just unlock a thing for the one character?
Welcome to interconnectivity. Again, the more and more that you'll see of this mod, the more and more you'll wonder if Rare had any plans for this to be the original design of this game.
And I mean, the short answer to that is no. It's just something that ended up being because, you know, the likes of Banjo-Kazooie and Spyro the Dragon got super popular, and they thought, you know what? Our 3D platform is starting to look a little plain by comparison, so why don't we spruce it up a little bit with a whole bunch of challenges that revolve around multiple characters?
Are we in fact vanilla?
Well, again, maybe, but again, the multiple challenges is not the problem I have. It's the hoofing it, because it's not even like you can't even claim, oh, but the journey was the destination. No, it's because I've made the journey. I've made the journey like 7 times already, like between Tiny Kong to get over here, so that then Chunky Kong could do something, so that then Lanky Kong could do something. It's not interesting. Whoops.
If I remember correctly, there are vines up there that you have to swing from.
Are there?
Are there?
I think so?
Oh, there's
Well,
one.
there's a vine, but it's clearly...
It's
Well, it looks
decorative.
more like
Huh.
yeah, it's more set dressing than actually something you can climb on. And I was always under the impression you were supposed to
Yeah.
get here through Tiny's ponytail twirl.
Oh boy.
Ah, once more. So,
More fly swatting with a cheesecloth.
Alright.
And we have to hit 8 of these little bastards.
Yes.
Though you will notice, as flies do spawn, there is a slight pattern to their movement. So if you manage to time it just right, you can swat them each and every time.
Yeah.
It's always like right there in the center once you hit that loop, bam. So I could say I haven't actually been experiencing many of these in the Archipelago randomizer. It may have been a setting that I have, but I have been trying out that DK64 randomizer, and at least in one of
You
them,
missed one!
no, it's fine. I think James got to see one of them when I did the Fungi Forest minecart, but like they already have a couple of UI improvements that I like with those minigames, Icky.
Oh.
For instance, in the Fungi Forest minecart, they actually have a UI that lets you know how many coins you wait a minute.
That is very useful.
That like you can see exactly like how many coins you need to collect in case you're like, oh, did I collect enough by now? Or and then in like the race car one, like we did, like the slot car racing one that James did in the last session, they actually modified it for the randomizer, so you only have to So you only have to
Nice
do
shot,
one.
Tex.
So you only have to do one single lap.
Hmm.
So number of little things. Anywho, that's about all I can say for as endorsement goes. There's plenty of goodies and good call.
What's this for?
I'll just say this right now. This is actually not for anything super important, but we can turn hunky here.
You're
Into
hunky
chunky.
chunky.
Oh, hunky.
He's quite a silly monkey.
Not quite as funky. Oh.
What the hell was that for?
It was unlocking a wrinkly hint.
Yeah, but
Yep.
how
Is
rare
it an
is this
important
hint?
one?
Yeah, I want to see.
Well, let's take a look.
Match the symbols and put
Oh.
the jugs on the podiums with Chunky near the start.
Well, I know that, but
Okay.
that's not
That required a puzzle?
not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that was necessary, especially because when
I don't
especially because when we get to it, like you're gonna look at it and you're gonna go like, oh yeah, but why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I have thought to do this? Sorry. Hi, how are you doing over there?
Doing fine. Been a pretty alright day. About as alright as it usually is.
All right. Okay. I'm happy to hear that. Then. I know we started your server on that Asterix marathon. We did a double feature because we were crazy last night.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And I do find it fun, like, I guess you guys can feel free to chime in your opinion on this. Like, so, at the moment, the guys seem to be liking the movie so far. They just wish that there wasn't a lot of racism in them.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's not that much to be fair, and well,
It's the
it's
depiction.
kind of a blink and miss sort of thing.
It's a blink and miss. I mean, I'll say that much. Like, you know what? Yeah, no, screw it. I'm gonna be that person. I'm gonna say that much. Is it appropriate right now? Is it appropriate nowadays? No. Was it appropriate back then? Probably is not appropriate now either. But at the very least, for the most part, those characters are not given, like, let's say, those characters are not given the focus that the crows were given in Dumbo.
Right.
Yet everybody's just like, oh, we'll pass it.
Well, I
for
mean, like,
that
to me,
sometimes.
oh boy. Well, I mean, like, at least the Dumbo, at least the crows in Dumbo were like a relatively positive, like, influence in that movie. Like, they actively tried to help out Dumbo, and plus they do have probably the best song in the movie.
True. Fair. It's not.
What
It
are
is
causing
not.
these things to spin around?
Magnets.
Magnets!
But yeah, so fair enough. I don't know what to say. Do I like it? Do I specifically watch Asterix for those moments? No, but that's just that's kind of what it was in the 60s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I was like a massive.
And 80s, I guess.
And
yeah,
80s.
yeah.
Like I should probably stress, I'm not saying that has like the ultimate turnoff for them. It's not like, oh, I refuse to watch anymore because of those moments. It's just something that like really stuck out to them as we watched them, even if they were like relatively brief.
Which is fair. And again, at the very least, like, it does get better.
Right. It's not like they're talking down to them either. It's just more so. The problem is the fact that it looks like a caricature more than anything.
Right.
Yeah.
A very, outdated caricature.
Exactly. And at the very end, all the later movies did do their best to give that person more character. Again, at the time, part of the joke being that like the character you think is the design of like, oh, this person's like he's actually so smart he manages to multiple times negotiate his way up into like promotion after raise after full on like taking control of the entire system.
That will be interesting to see the reactions to that, because like for the most part, aside from that, they've been enjoying it fairly well. They like the humor. I know Hugh really liked the I forget what's the name of the droopy like character in 12 Tasks again?
POTUS or something.
Caius Tidless.
Yes.
Right.
They
Like, I
had
remember he was
no
fairly
idea
used by
what-
his.
Hold up. They had no idea what they were doing with Chunky's collectibles there, because that was just 25 bananas right there.
Oh yeah, but they're trying to fill out the space as best they can. They
Any way they can.
nice, but yeah, no, I like that. Like, oh yeah, there's the house that sends you mad. What?
Such heavenly tunes!
What a visual to come back
I'm gonna
to.
try something here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
is it?
Can you collect that banana if you don't touch the floor?
I have had one playthrough where I was able to get that banana without activating the challenge.
What the hell is that?
It's a giant
Clap
clapper.
traps.
Critters.
Oh.
But I
I thought
love
it
it.
was, I thought it was something creepier.
But I love the idea. I'll say the lighting's a lot. I'm gonna be real, James. It may be something on this emulation or somewhere, because when I was running the randomizer, it was not this dark.
It could just be my brightness settings.
Okay.
No, that's just how this game is presented. It is dark as
Okay,
shit.
then on my end, it was definitely
Also,
it also didn't have the like slight orange, like yellowish filter over everything.
It
That was
must
me.
have been like a color correction thing included in the mod that you were playing.
Perhaps. Yeah, you may be right. But hey, you got it nice. If you manage to
Yeah.
jump in there and grab the banana before the challenge starts, does it skip the entire challenge?
To be honest with you, I don't immediately remember. I want to say it skips the challenge, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Anyway, that's really all Chunky was here for.
All right.
Yahoo!
Now go home.
Woohoo!
So yeah, no, I'm curious to see what they're gonna think of Disco Kid and stuff. And again,
Kid.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that always gets me about Mansion of the Gods, the Canadian dub more specifically. The fact that they got freaking Disco Kid's actor from Punch Out Lee to play as the head slave,
What?
and then they also got
Yeah.
Double D, Sam Vincent, as one of the Roman
Centurions.
legionaries.
Oh yeah, the Legion.
Does
Yeah.
he come back for the magic potion thing?
I don't believe.
No, that wasn't Sam Vincent.
I know it is the same studio, but not all the characters returned for that.
Right.
Well, I know the head slave doesn't return for that movie because I'm
think
pretty sure whatever
he-
story they're adapting doesn't include them at
Well,
all.
yeah, how to put this? I don't believe he's dubbed, but you do see him visually when he has his new job as because it's sort of a prequel of like how
That's
he
right,
came with
that's
how
right.
he came to work with the pirates or the Viking,
Right.
whatever. Yeah.
No, he works for the pirates after that whole story.
Okay.
He pretty much he's literally just the guy who's always on the
Look out.
he's the guy that's always on the crow's nest
Right. They're looking.
and has that really bad speech impediment in Asterix in Britain.
Survive the onslaught.
Yeah, we will have to get to that point, which again is annoying because I like Asterix in Britain.
Oh, I love that movie. I love Asterix in Britain. It's another one of my favorites. And I mean, I always like that character in particular, but obviously, yeah, they probably could tone down the color of his lips.
Fair.
Then again, I can just say that for the pirates in general. Like, they're just a fun cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I
not
just
like
lo-
they're depicted like, caricature notwithstanding. I don't recall them depicted in like a particularly negative light whenever they appear.
Nah, they were just a more of a comic foil than anything.
All I
Yeah.
remember about the pirates from the magic potion is that they were on a boat and the boat sank, and that was that.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Basically, that's their whole lot in life is they picked
That's
the wrong.
that's their whole gimmick.
They picked the wrong ocean to work in, around,
Okay.
near.
I will say one thing that I will admit's kind of a not like a disappointment, but something that would have been fun. So Hugh, like we watched both films. Hugh had to duck out after we finished the first one, but Dolly came back in. Like she missed the 12 task, but she came in for like the one afterwards. I kind of wish she was there for 12 tasks because I feel like she would have gotten a kick out of the place that makes you mad.
I know, love that bit. So I did. Oh, so I decided to do some searching.
Also for those wondering, when they say the place that sends you mad, they're talking about bureaucracy.
Plenty
Yeah.
of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was thinking of freaking. Yeah, I was doing some soul searching. No, I decided to do a little bit of like looking into some of the voice actors and stuff. Because, like, for instance, I know Matt's brought him up a couple times. I like Demonics in Secret of the Magic Potion, like as a villain
Oh, yeah.
goes. And I don't know if we already talked about it before, but I also looked up who his voice actor was.
See who
Who's
was
he?
mine.
He is a Mr. Michael Shepard, aka Dr. Kane from Mega Man Maverick Hunter X.
Oh wow, that's a pull I would never expected.
That also means
That's a character.
that also means he was the narrator from Mega Man Powered Up.
Holy
In
shit!
I never played Command Mission. I never played Mega Man X Command Mission.
It was made roughly around the same time. It was made not around the same time, about like 2 years prior to Maverick Hunter X and Powered Up.
Okay, because he was a character known as Colonel Redips. Colonel Redips.
Colonel Redups, the main antagonist.
Ah, okay, so he was that guy too. And then of course he was in the. I don't think he was in the.
Or wait a minute, I don't know if it was Redups or some other like Colonel type. I just remember one of them was the big bad guy.
Okay, and it's
Edits?
Redips. Redips.
Red IPS.
Yes. Also, I don't know. Also, I don't believe he was in the game. It's not listing him on IMDb. Maybe on BTVA, but he was also Death in the Gregory Horror Show.
Huh.
Which I'm astonished.
Wait,
Which I'm astonished. Gregory Horror Show is even getting a new game like nowadays.
Really?
It is.
Yeah, yeah, or at least a revival. Let me look it up.
Oh, I mean, I remember the one that Capcom made back in the mid-2000s.
Right.
Otherwise, I didn't know they were actually making another one.
Let me double check because I remembered seeing it somewhere. Because I know, yeah, because you're right. There was the video game there. Yes, it's a roguelike game called Soul of Roses. It's on Steam right now.
Oh, okay.
Gregory Horror Show, which again, I was astonished that they were continuing that IP.
Must be a pretty big hit down the, where do they air? Like the UK?
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of the characters.
I'm pretty sure that's about as niche down here as Asterix is.
It wasn't like the whole wasn't like the whole premise of it was that there's like some ancient hotel, like almost like Hotel Dusk, where like lingering spirits remain and stuff. I think. I don't know.
I guess so.
I just remember this. I just remember the survival horror one that Capcom made.
Right, which again, never doubt what they would touch back in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah. Icky, you like weird stuff, right?
Well, I mean, he did the Katamari games for us, so I figured that was a testament to it.
Icky?
Did we offend?
Icky? Oh no.
Oh no, the Ikis have been disappeared.
Okay, when he gets back, I'm gonna check in with him because I have an ideas.
Oh, come on, there you go.
There we go. Also, I just realized once we're done with this cleanup, there's actually one other key thing we're gonna be able to do after we're done.
Okay.
Oh.
Fair enough, as you do. Oh, is it because of all the banana medals we're going to have?
Yeah, actually, once we're done cleaning up the first 3 areas, we're actually gonna have enough to partake in Cranky's little prize.
I return to witness the mighty belch.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay,
there you
welcome back. I'll say, Icky. My question was, Icky, you like weird stuff, right?
Depends on the weird.
'Cause I have an idea.
Well, I mean, Julep is a start.
There's Julep. I mean, yeah, but Julep is his own, like, it's definitely memorable.
Am I gonna regret answering this question?
Basically, I want to. Basically, it just dawned on me, and I want to show James and Hype an episode of Gaither's Pond.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I just want to show him one episode
The fucking fish.
with the freaking fish, the freaking fly, the ugliest
The
sin
Ned
turtle
Flanders
drummer,
ass fly.
the ugliest sin turtle drummer for the band, where they just took a dude's face.
They
from
just took a human face and
just
stuck it on a turtle.
They just took and I'm sorry.
They got rid of his lips.
Well, they got rid of his lips, and they kept like his missing tooth and his beard. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to whoever was the drummer of that church band who had their likeness.
No
mirrored
offense
for the
to
turtle.
whoever that was,
You-
but holy shit.
All I'm
What
saying,
did they do to you?
all I'm saying is that on a scale of 1 to 10, you are divisible by 2, but greater than 4.
What? Ooh, Kremlin Kosh.
Maybe less than 4. I think less than 4 is what I meant to say. Anyway, it's another shoot 'em up thing. I'm gonna show.
What the
but
hell's a
anyway,
Kosh?
It's kosher.
No.
Yeah, I
I've
don't know.
heard of Oshkosh.
What is a kosh?
That was easy.
A kosh?
Yeah, this one's not too bad. Later ones will get a little tricky with the timing, though.
I mean, it's basically whack-a-mole, but with a bunch of crocodiles.
Imagine playing whack-a-mole with a gun.
Sorry.
Kosh in British slang is a blackjack, a bludgeon, or a similar weapon. So basically just to wallop someone over the head.
Oh, so I was hoping that Chunky Kong would just take, like, a fucking baseball bat. I was like, well, here we go.
That's what I would like as well. But yeah, so...
Here we go, caution again.
And I guess it makes sense. Kosh is normally spelled with a C, but, I mean, it's Kremlin, so, yeah. You know what you do.
Call me crazy with a K.
Ha. But no, I would love to show one of these two Gaither's Pond. I want to see how they would
Jesus
react.
Christ. I mean, you just gotta show them the Oni plays reaction.
I mean, that probably would be enough. That probably would be enough. So, hi, have you ever heard of Gaither's Pond?
I've heard of the Gaithers, but I am not aware of their pond.
Okay, so here's how this goes. Do you? I mean, you and James remember You and James remember the King of the Bees, right?
You jerk.
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
King of the Bees.
King of the Bees.
Yeah, that's from the I forget their name, but it's like the caterpillar that like tries to do the
Hermine
same.
Friends.
Yeah, Hermine Friends. Like it basically it wants to be like VeggieTales, but doesn't quite. I want to say doesn't quite do a good job, but I'm sure
What's
there's some
Chunky
people that
doing?
appreciate it.
Chunky can do this some other time.
Oops.
never
Chunky don't got to spend time here.
So here's the deal. So here's the dealio.
as
when
far
you
as I
look-
can
when
tell,
you-
it's
when
like
you
a
look at
children's Christian cartoon thing.
Right, and let me
Yeah.
just saying, when you look at Gaither's Pond hype, it's going to make that insect one look like VeggieTales.
Oh my god.
I will take your word on that.
Like we are talking like actual like requires an exorcism. It was this one like it was like this one community centered church or whatever that like rounded up like several like $1 million so that they could, I guess, create their own VeggieTales, but it stars like a bunch of like critters around a pond.
Namely, a fish.
Starring a fish,
flower?
a flower, but they did not know how to texture petals, so it
A
just looks like
horsefly.
a horsefly, several weird frogs. They definitely did a lot of texturing without realizing if it actually looked good or not. And for all of the critters, I imagine like, you know, oh, we're paying tribute to these people. They did their best to try and have them retain some humanoid features of their actors.
To make them look like the actual like participants of the church or whatever.
And
Right.
it now I will say this.
It's so bad.
I will say this, Icky. Voice acting wise, it's actually not that bad. Like voice acting wise, like I think they're giving some effort to the deliveries, and like it definitely doesn't feel like you know how like Christmas Tree has like some really lazy delivery of like, oh, like hence like
I better go now.
hence Matt's whole like, I need to go check and see if I'm actually clinically still alive. Like Matt's favorite bit of that. At the very least, the delivery of the voice lines are pretty like solid, but visually it is atrocious.
I see.
So it's like fuck it. What was that Christmas special of like what? Like all these weird ass voice actors and actors, like I think it was like Yardley Smith
Yardley Smith.
or no, Bart's voice actress.
Oh, Nancy Cartwright.
Oh, Nancy Cartwright.
Nancy Cartwright and
Are you talking about?
Mark Hamill. It was like something Busy Street Kids or
Are you
something.
talking about Rhapsody Street Kids?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, the one was like, great grandma,
Oh my
you
God.
always know just what to say.
Shut that door.
Like no,
Yeah, that
honest to God, no offense to the woman voicing that
she's-
character, because I think that was like a very personal one to the guy who made the movie.
No, I will say like they actually like this one person on TikTok actually did an interview and actually like interviewed the woman who played great grandma, and like she can just do
Really?
that. She can just do that in real
Nice.
life, and apparently that is like a reference to like, or like some sort of like nod to like that actual kind of like vocalization and stuff or whatever. So like it's unfortunate because of how silly it is out of context.
What?
But like, that is just, and she actually like did a demonstration of how she can do that like vocal stuttering and stuff.
Oh yeah, I did see that. It's impressive.
It kind of reminds me of how in King of the Hill, there's this one episode where, well, at least in one episode where Boomhauer goes and visits his mother, and like she's even more unintelligible than he is.
In Boomhauer? Oh
That's
no!
saying a lot.
Dang. I need to get back. I still
For
need
God's sakes, guys.
I still need to get back into that. I need.
Oh,
I need to
if
watch
there
it
was
with
an episode
you.
I need to show you, though, I have to show you the Rashomon episode tonight. Like, maybe after we're finished recording, I'll show the episode to you guys.
I've been busy.
It is a
tonight,
sight to behold.
I've been busy tonight, unfortunately.
Oh,
But-
but it's only like 20 minutes.
I know, but I already promised Matt gets back from his trip, and I'm so close to being Metaphor v Fantasio. I put in almost 102 hours into that.
Tiny,
game.
what are you doing?
He's doing a little ditty.
Wait,
Well, not that
does her
diddy,
hair
diddy.
have... Does her hair have tail physics?
Yes, that's why I did. That's why I was doing this.
Oh,
Oh.
that's pretty cool. It's like Okami, like 7 years beforehand.
Rare was very proud of their ponytail physics.
Boink.
Though it also begs the question: why did they just have Dixie Kong be the one? Why couldn't they have Dixie here instead?
Because this character has 2 ponytails while she has 1.
Gosh, of all the things, I still love the freaking, and I haven't even seen the full episode yet, but I still love the speech that Bill gives Boomhauer, like,
Oh,
inspiration.
that's from the same episode I was describing.
That is the episode when he, like, talks to, like, Boomhauer and, like, gives him that...
Yeah, where he gives Boomhauer the motivational speech.
Oh, hell, okay, maybe I will. Okay, then I'll tell Matt to it, because I love that, like, freaking... Look at me, Boomhauer, I'm fat, and I'm old, and every day I'm just gonna get waking up fatter and older. Yet somehow I managed
I'm going to keep doing it every day.
Yet somehow I managed to drag this fat old bald bastard out into that alley every day. I'm out there digging holes, falling into them, climbing out. And tomorrow I'm gonna hang outside a ladies' prison. And the first thing those lady cons are gonna see after 20 years is me. Will I get one? Experience says no. But will I be out there next month? If you better believe, it's just You
Bill,
got it.
he really is like one of the best characters in the show.
It's just like he's like so like I don't know.
It's like he's like a perpetual loser, but he doesn't give up.
No, and he has good friends, and like his heart's in the right place, I assume, and like he doesn't like
For the most part, yeah.
and he doesn't let it get to him. Sorry, I just love. Sorry, just that last bit. I love that delivery. You've got to get yourself off that can of bed, slip into a tight t-shirt, wash off some of that cologne, and get yourself out of that tunnel and into some strange woman's bed. And then they just like it basically like it's.
Oh, hello.
They're like you're right. Like he's
What the hell?
Oh, it's you also sometimes when you do a challenge, you'll free a banana fairy.
It's a spooky.
She decided to come down now that the wasps are gone.
Fair enough. I don't blame her.
Okay.
But yeah, like yes, he's like
Hold still, damn it!
nice. Okay. It's like yes, Bill plays like the perpetual loser, but it's also like, but when like it's moments like that like, and of course many others that from what I'm hearing that helps cement like how they're all like you can understand how these 4 are friends like actual like support each other friends. Not like unfortunately what Family Guy's kind of become lately.
It's just a little bit weird when it comes to like Dale though.
Yeah.
Even though like he's one of the he regularly puts the group in like all sorts of silly hijinks or like peril, but they keep him around, and
I think
he's got a good heart.
He's
He's just kind of a loon.
He's very headstrong, but I love that bit. Again, have not ever seen a full episode besides the one that you showed me, I think. But did you ever see the episode where it was like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? They got like locked or stuck inside of a mental asylum or mental home.
No, but that feels like an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that I have seen.
There was just all I remember the scene was like they were sitting there and they were trying to come up with a plan or whatever to try and get out of there, like escape, and like. And Dale was finally all like, all right, fine, we're gonna figure this out now with a plan. All right, show of hands, who votes for Bale's plan or something like that, or Boomhauer's plan? And then they all raise their hand, and then everyone else raises their hand, and then the camera pans over, and Dale was also raising his hand, and he's all like, well, I gotta admit, I'm pretty surprised. I figured I'd have my own count of a vote, but I guess not.
Ooh, an obstacles course.
Anyway.
One thing I'll definitely say about this game and how it handles its challenges, I feel like they could have done a couple more of these like obstacle course sort of challenges as opposed to like all the really gimmicky shit.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What's up?
Logan,
What?
remember how in AI the Somnium Files, where there was that thing with the forklift,
Yes.
and she goes like sortie and it does a thing?
Well, she freaking like flies straight off of the dock in like.
No, that was wrong. Different Somnium. It was the one where you have to fight the polar bear.
Oh yes, that one in the warehouse. Yes.
And no, audience, I'm not giving you context. Go and watch the commentary.
It's a wacky, wild game, and I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the next one, the interquel.
I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait.
When they gonna open? Anyway, So
I mean, the fact that we're actually are getting a new one kind of took me by surprise.
Yep, and the fact that we see that, and like, again, like 7 years ago, I'd have seen that and just let it slip, pass on by. But we're at that point where
But now you have to pay attention because of me.
Well, I'm actually genuinely like, you know what? I am looking forward to seeing Nikki, take us on that wild journey. Nice. Nice. Anywho, what niche things have you been up to?
Well, again, just trying to get back into doing some arting stuff. Did a little Tales of Annualia mini comic before we start the session. Also been kind of going back and forth on like a bit of a I don't know if I'd outright call it a binge, but just more like a curiosity of sorts. Just been like watching a bunch of like Scooby related videos to the point where like I've contemplated this now and then, but I had the idea of like trying to do like my own redesign of the Scooby Gang at some point. Like I might end up doing that after the session. Just depends on how my art drive feels afterwards.
Okay.
All right.
Also, speaking of that thing you were mentioning earlier, Icky, here we are again, where
oh my god,
the game is just giving you 30 plus bananas.
It's like they really couldn't think of anywhere else to put these stupid things, could they?
These are pretty small levels when you look at the map, and
well, it's not that it's a small level, it's just that they have way too many collectibles to compensate.
Yeah. Alright, what did that do?
The magic signal.
The signal!
Catch him. What?
We got a Amscray.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
If only Chunky invested in those Koopa Mach 1 speed shoes.
Man, I wish we had those.
Man, I wish we had sneakers. In fact, why are they called sneakers when they don't really help with sneaking around?
I'm looking it up.
No, don't look it up. That will make it less funny.
What if I find a funny reason, though?
Okay, find the funny then.
But guys, we're forgetting the more important question. How do feet smell when they don't have a nose?
We've already asked that question before. We never came up with an answer.
Okay, so literally, I guess. It's not really funny. Never mind.
See, I told you.
Okay, it's funny in that it literally was the most obvious reason why they're called sneakers.
Okay, why are they called sneakers?
Because they genuinely thought that because they were not like clip-cloppity, like because they were, I guess, one of the first shoes that had rubber soles as opposed to like what everyone was doing.
That they would
at the
make
time.
less noise?
And that was why they called them sneakers.
Oh my god, I was joking!
I know, and that's what makes it funny now.
No, it's not funny anymore!
You make
See,
it
even
funny.
that beaver down there is angry.
You are very funny. Anyway.
If you touch that electricity, do you get zapped?
No.
I don't believe so.
Can we find out?
Also, this area reminds me, James, are we going to actually learn about how to do the blue?
What?
The blue?
The blue ground panel.
Oh, that won't be till later.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 3 levels of intensity that you learn.
Nah, it's arcing over. Yeah, okay, now there you go.
It's arcing over Chunky Kong.
Purely decorative.
This is where I was meant to be.
Chunky Invincible!
Let me see the voice. Let me actually see who voiced Asterix in that movie. I'm curious.
Why do you make him sound like fucking the Darkness from Pajama Sam?
Oh, man, I just want to play cheese and crackers. I will get around to playing that game later.
Man, I love that
On the new
purple
time.
color.
So let's see. It was the same. Okay, so it was the same Asterix from Mansions of the Gods.
Yeah, for Secret of the Magic Potion.
He was Dr. Barnaby in Dead Rising 4.
Really?
Barnables.
Oh, wait, Dr. Barnaby was in Dead Rising 4?
I guess so.
I thought he died.
Well, here's an interesting
You'd
bit.
like to think that, wouldn't you?
Well, here's an interesting bit. When I look at... Oh, this is going to get very dumb, I wonder.
Dead Rising 4 is a fucking anomaly. The fact that, I mean, it's one thing that Frank West came back, but it's also... I vaguely remember at one point he name-dropped Brad, even though Brad, I remember, as another character from Dead Rising 1, who also died by the succumbing to the zombie virus. And then there's Dr. Barnaby, who also succumbed, but also got his head fucking shot by Brad, so it's like, how are these people even back?
I'm Googling this
I
right
mean,
now.
the only thing I could think of when I think of Frank West is that he covered wars, you know.
That's what everybody remembers about Frank West. That age-old line.
Not from Dead Rising, mind you.
Okay, so basically,
Well, mind you, Dead Rising 1 is still considered a classic, but it's also
no,
a matter of fact.
I was just thinking of the Kitty 0706 video.
okay, so basically, it looks like the way they do it is, in Dead Rising 4, it's actually a big plot is that you're trying to, again, we're probably not going to cover it because I just don't care for the game.
Yeah.
It's Frank once again being dragged in trying to investigate why there's a new outbreak in Willamette, and I guess at one point you go to Dr. Barnaby's lab and he had recorded an audio log, like, monitoring progress on something, and that's why they need a voice for that.
Gotcha.
Let's see, what else was
So
this?
he is still dead. They just use they just worked around the logic of audio logs.
Yay.
How many of these friggin' bananas are locked behind frickin' time gates?
I like it.
What do you think
Okay.
the mountains were all? What do you think the mountains of Jungle Jade were always shaped like this?
Huh, and then this is wild. Obelix in both Mansion of the Gods and Secret the Magic Potion, that was his only voice acting role.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, kind of a bummer, because I thought he did a pretty good job as Obelix.
Yeah.
Did he do any voicing outside of it?
I'll look
I
at
mean,
his,
acting outside of voice roles.
his name was C. Ernst. It was. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. His name was C. Ernst Harth. Let me look him up here. C. Ernst Harth. This is what we do. This always tripped me up because I thought, oh, that's it, James. That's all you have to do is just move the boulder.
But nope, there's more. I mean, there's a big honkin' X. Why wouldn't you try this out?
I like how smacking into that rock makes it sound like wood.
Oh, this is actually pretty funny.
Huh?
What's up?
He did do some acting. He was in 13 Ghosts, the 2001 remake. And he was Minor 49er in the second Scooby-Doo live-action movie.
Oh, Monsters Unleashed. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So,
Well, how do you like that?
there you go. He was in DC's Legends of Tomorrow TV show. He was in the PI
That
Experiment.
statue's got some pretty eyes.
He was in a couple episodes of ABC's of Death. He was in the Unfortunate Christmas Story 2.
Oh.
Not to be confused with the Christmas Story Christmas, which I think is actually quite good.
Oh yeah, that movie is very, that movie is about on par with the original in terms of its charm.
Yeah, I think they knew what to take from that. He was in... What else are here? Oh my gosh. He was in Air Bud, Spike's Back. He was in...
Oh!
He was...
Oh, that was
oh my
quick.
gosh. He was in the Dudley Do-Right movie. I forgot there was a live-action Dudley Do-Right movie.
Oh yeah, there was. It had like Brendan Fraser as Dudley.
Why is Brendan
Fraser
Fraser in all these
Why
things?
was Brendan Fraser fucking everywhere back then?
What?
It
So,
was such a big hit back then.
so just-
what else can I tell
so
you?
just double check. He was both George of the Jungle and Dudley Do-Right?
Yeah.
And he was in Monkey Bone.
Well, Monkey Bone, that was his own thing.
No,
And
Monkey
he
Bone
was,
no one
um,
really counts.
And he was in Frasier.
No.
No, he wasn't.
Brendan Fraser wasn't in Frasier?
You better not have
That was
been.
Kelsey Grammer.
Wrong Frasier.
Let's see what else.
Why put the switches on both sides of the wall?
Get a
I
Fix's
just-
actor was in a couple of things.
I just love how you guys are just appalled by the fact that, like, how dare this person get work? They should be homeless.
Well, I mean,
They should be dead and buried!
Jesus, not that bad.
have you seen what he's been through for the past 10 years or so?
Let's see.
Low income wages and roles!
Oh my God, is he actually?
Oh,
Oh
is
my
it?
gosh, that's funny. I
I
thought.
don't know, what
Hang on.
Wow!
I need to double check if this is it. Yes, that was alright. That's perfect. One of the favorite if this is true, actually, hang on. I need to double check one more thing. So I want to see because basically I'm still looking into this more like who played this character and stuff. Because maybe I'm.
What is
confusing
this?
something else.
It looks like a giant shell.
Or a beehive?
Yeah, it does also look like a hive.
Okay,
Tiny
never mind.
size.
Okay, never mind. It was a different actor in the movie than it was the TV show.
Okay.
But there's this character in Lego Ninjago. He voices the character's name is Garmadon in Lego Ninjago, I guess. And
Wait, is that the giant cat?
no, we're talking about the giant like black-headed like basically the shadowy demon guy. And like,
By the way, whoa, look at that texture.
yeah. And basically, there's this bit in the movie where he's talking to Lloyd, spelled with 2 L's, and he says like, my old son, Lloyd.
Oh, my old.
No, it's Lloyd. No,
Yeah.
2 L's, Lloyd. It's like, why'd you come back? You ruined my life. How could I ruin your life? I wasn't even there. Just some of the delivery just got me.
By the way, have you guys ever seen like the big ass city themed Ninjago Lego sets?
Some of them
Nope.
are pretty impressive. I'll give them that.
It's kind of like a niche thing for me to bring up, but like, I have 2 of them. I have like the City Plaza thing and like a friggin' like double the length like
M?
one of those cable cars.
Oh. Uh-huh.
They're really high quality sets.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
they're so stupidly pricey.
Well, I did notice that the guy who voiced Julius Caesar in both those CGI movies, he was Woodman in Mega Man Fully Charged.
Like I said, because it's a Vancouver voice cast, so that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, and he
Yeah, that makes sense.
and he voiced Anime Him in Powerpuff Girls Z.
What?
Yeah. Funnily enough, I know one of the regular goals. I think it's Hygienics. I forget which one. One of them's voiced by Scott McNeil.
That was I know which one it was. It was Fully Automatics.
That's it.
Oh, as part of that comedy duo thing with on Hygienics. Because
Essentially.
both the CGI movies really played up their banter compared to the normal shows.
They really did.
What a weird little room this area is, but I like it.
It's pretty.
Yep.
I like how each room in here has like a different wall texture.
Not many N64 games really made the most out of their colors.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask did.
That one did. Okay, let me rephrase. Most third-party Nintendo games did not have this much color.
Yeah. Well, does this count as third party?
Well,
No,
that's the
'cause,
second
no,
party,
that
I would
was-
wager.
Yeah, second party would make more sense, considering Rare was still very much attached to Nintendo at the time.
Not to mention, this is a Nintendo brand.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Now let's go explore the logs.
So yeah, now I'm trying to see if I can find.
Log. It's
It's
thick,
big,
it's
it's heavy,
it's
it's wood. It's log, it's log. By the way, I heard that the new Ren and Stimpy cartoon is now airing.
It is.
Is it?
I thought it had
Like, the
been
first
airing for a
episode's up
while.
on YouTube.
Well, I mean, like, I thought it wasn't it on Paramount Max already?
Yeah, it's advertised by Paramount.
Fair enough, I guess.
Well, my
It's a
point
shame
is that,
that,
like, I
you
thought
know,
it was
it's-
already out. But yeah, basically, it's like I've seen, like, a couple of out-of-context clips from it, and, like, I'm not entirely certain what to think of it. Like, it doesn't seem as, like, infuriating as Adult Party cartoon is, but a lot of people that have seen it basically have the opinion of, like, yeah, it's not as bad as that, but at the same time it is relatively nothing burger compared to, like, the original.
It's.
Is it
from the sounds of-
is it more tame compared to the original?
Yeah, essentially. Like, let's just put it this way: it's about as bad as Adult Party cartoon, but for the opposite reason.
In that it's less like extreme or funny.
It's very toothless.
My God. I've learned
I
about
mean,
something.
I kind of feel that's the only way it could possibly go, considering who made the cartoon to begin with.
Well, I mean,
Not the
you could make it.
not the reboot, but like the guy who originally made it.
Oh, we know.
Oh,
It's
obviously.
like, I mean, I feel like you could still try to do like a toothy Ren and Stimpy reboot without John Kay. It's just that the people that did it just didn't.
No, I'm just impressed.
But then again, you're
by-
also like walking a really fine line between what is or isn't acceptable and like
I mean, you know what? I think a lot of that is kind of like the big problem with Ren and Stimpy and the idea of, like, you know, continuing it, because, like, you know, for better or worse, a large part of what made the original series work was
oh no.
I do not. Well, I'll be fair. The first two times you do this, it's pretty easy to exploit, but I know the last version of this can suck a dick.
This one stinks.
Basically, you just have to survive, and you think, oh, that can't be too hard, but constantly,
Speed up!
constantly that thing's going to be chasing after you. Speed up!
Where's the music?
Emulation thing.
It forgot to play when it was supposed to.
Oh, damn.
So basically, we're just going to try and... Yeah, just nice. Just basically on a wild goose chase, and
How is this TNT barrel directing itself on a minecart?
AI.
I don't know.
Remote control?
Oh. Also, basically,
Well, there's the music.
I'm impressed by something because I am now having learned about a huge project on YouTube known as Toy Story 3 IRL.
Oh yeah, that's like I thought that completed a while ago, didn't it?
Oh yeah, no, it did, but I only just now got recommended it by the algorithm. I never even knew about this. Nice.
What does it entail?
It entails literally the entire hour 30, hour 40, whatever, just the entire hour and a half runtime of Toy Story 3, but done in real life using either like, photo stop motion or like live actors to basically do the entire like movie, like just using the
that's
toys
kinda
and
cool.
stuff, but like decent like, but all with like actual decent like effort, like decent camera and like doing their best to dress up the sets to look like the locations and syncing it all up for a whole hour. Like, they've been working on it for over 8 years apparently. Nice.
Ooh.
And like
I'm
I'm actually impressed
I
that
don't
they went that
dread
far.
to imagine what it would be like, but I am extremely curious to see how they handled the climax.
Oh, they did. They handled it actually pretty well from what I saw. Where like they had the toys, but like they went to the effort of like original like sculpting some of the faces to actually have them look more somber and stuff, like with their fate and whatnot.
No, I mean like the set.
Oh, the fire set. like the actual like junk set itself.
The incinerator.
Oh well, basically it was something simple as like they just had a ton of a ton of paper confetti to represent the junk, and then it's like all surrounding and like here I'll find I'll send you a quick little snapshot of it.
Ooh.
Again, it's not. Again, this is all they're smart. They're not gonna claim like, oh, we're gonna get money and residuals from this. They're not stupid. But they are just like it's just a fan effort, fan project. So there it is, Icky.
What's better than one banana?
How about 2 bananas?
Oh, that is really dang good.
Like for what they did, like they did their best to like mirror like shot for shot as best they could. So I give them credit. It's all on YouTube.
That's the way to do it. You play the guitar on your NTV.
I still need to watch Shrek Retold because I want to see how weird it gets.
Oh, God.
I forget what
I have
was
not
it.
watched that or the sequel.
I forget. Was it the sequel or the original that had Chris Chan in it?
I think it was the first one
I
because the
think
second
it
one
was the
came
original.
well after that, and there was no way that they were going to ask him to return then. Just like Smiley Friends, they had considered it, but they couldn't do it, and then they were also very much like pleased that they did not at the time.
I find
What?
it so
Nah.
stupidly funny how they almost got Chris shit for for Smiling Friends.
Well, you know who they were gonna have him be, right?
Yeah, bottle.
The bottle. Oh no, it was
What about me? I could have burned it.
no, not the bottle. That was the grease stain on the floor.
Yeah, the puddle.
Oh, okay. I heard bottle. Sorry, but yes, the puddle.
The bottle? I don't remember there being a bottle character.
Nah. But yeah, no.
Anyways,
That...
what are we going back to DK?
Oh yeah, what are we doing here, James?
Also, why are the torches blue?
Yeah, James, you big dumb. Why are they all blue?
Yeah, shouldn't they be realistic fires? Should be the incinerating the inside of DK Island turned into a volcano.
I apologize, James. That came out of nowhere. I'm in a mood right now. I just was reminded.
He just did a perfect imitation of my voice there.
What's this? You got 15 banana medals? I don't believe it! You must have made them yourself! Well, I suppose you want my surprise now, eh?
Yes.
Well, I got this little game for you to play on my computer. Score over 5,000 points for a chance to win the Rareware coin. But I know a score like that is way out of your league. Sonny,
Huh?
why not give it a go anyway? I could do with a good laugh.
So right away in the randomizer, I would say they actually half that score. Thank God.
Oh, they do.
Best of luck, James. You're going to the past.
Alright, time to play one of Rare's very first games, Jet-Pac'd.
This is such a weird little.
That was Jet-Pac'd, everybody. And that's why this may take us a little bit, because it feels its age.
It does. You know what I'll say?
I like the laser gun effect.
Oh yeah, no, the laser effect's pretty cool. And you know what? I'll give DK64 this. It is actually probably the best way to play the original Jet-Pac'd.
Oh.
Because it actually runs relatively smooth compared to its ZX Spectrum counterpart.
So how do we play?
So you run around this one map, you try to build your rocket back up, and then you gotta fuel it up. Once it's fully purple, then you go into your rocket ship, fly off to another part of the planet, and repeat the process while blasting a whole bunch of aliens and collecting a bunch of other items you can find.
Yep. This being
Yeah, you
the
could collect nuclear symbols. You could collect fuels, gemstones.
You find fuels, you find jewels.
you find ghouls
You find
and
schools.
But yeah, this being
You
the
fight King K. Rules.
Oh, it's time to go. Oh, ow.
no.
Oh man,
And
you
that
are a
and
two-
thus represents
I knew you'd be hopeless at my real game. Try again, Sonny.
you missed that one. Try another. Yeah, so there you go. So that thus this represents
And
the
you're
second,
kind of a coos, Cranky.
thus this represents the second half of the retro challenge in order to beat this game fully. Oh,
Yep, because
Ugh.
you will need the rare coin to beat the game, as well as the Nintendo 64 coin you have to get from playing Donkey Kong.
Do
Yeah.
the different meteorites give different points for zapping them?
maybe.
Nah, not really.
What is that green thing?
That's just a pebble.
Uh,
So anyway, apologies.
yeah, a very unearthly pebble. Pebble.
But yes,
when I say pedal.
but yes, apologies for that earlier, James. I
Is
did
this
not mean
Earth?
that you are smart for remembering.
No.
Ow.
You were smart for remembering that challenge because I forgot that only this Cranky Kong hut gives it to you, and
Oh, no,
Really?
you can literally go to any Cranky Hut you want in order to play it.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember going to Creepy Castle and doing it a bunch.
In fact, one slightly obnoxious thing that's going to be happening moving forward is that every time you go to Cranky's Hut, the first thing he'll ask is if you want to play this game again.
And away we go.
they really should switch it around so
Until
that
we
he
go.
offers you the purchase and then do this like as a last resort thing.
Yeah, or maybe have it be a thing where like
Whoa.
What
you
the
know,
hell?
like,
Fuzzies.
fuzzballs.
The Trouble of Tribbles?
Yes. But anyway, no, I was more so ticked because I was just reminded once again that we're probably never going to get that Tintin sequel movie.
Nope.
So, hi.
Ooh.
How have things been going with Tails?
Oh, wait a minute, I reached the threshold. Now I just gotta wait for the coin to pop up, and...
Ooh!
Yeah!
Oh my God, you got
Rare
like the last.
coin
You literally
collected.
got like the last frame you could have. My God.
What? You got my rareware coin? That's impossible! You must have cheated. Well, all I can do now is play for fun, I suppose. Interested?
No.
Nuh-uh.
But yes.
Nah, I'd rather play some Bonanza instead.
I'd rather play some DK94.
Man, I could be gaming right now.
Fool, what do you think this is? This isn't the turn of the millennium. Now get out!
But yes, how have Tails been going? Hype.
Tails. Oh, tell you what, and it's going pretty good. Like I said, episode 2 turned out really good. We're currently trying to get an Indiegogo page up before we get started on episode 3.
Okay.
Now then.
And in the
We've
meantime,
cleared
I'm
out
just...
jump.
Sorry.
Sorry. Finish your bit.
Yeah, finish your
and
thing.
I'll say things.
But yeah, just at the moment, I'm just working on scripts and just a bunch of like character stuff. Until then, just been fun working on just doing stuff with my brain babies.
Alrighty. Oh, James, before we go in there, is there anything on K. Rool Isle that we can also do with the Kongs?
Actually, yeah, there is. I almost forgot about it.
Is there?
Yes, there is, actually.
I think so. I think there's at least one or two things we can like shoot or use.
Remember that one entryway we went into that had Snide's whole place?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There's actually 2 things in there we can do now that we have the appropriate abilities and Kongs.
Okay.
Who?
And then we'll get ready to take a dive next time.
And then we'll get those spatulas.
Oh,
No, SpongeBob. There are no spatulas.
Ow.
Crying out loud. Fuck this.
Oh.
will it even reach that high?
Hey.
Wait, where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
Whoa.
More than up there.
Okay.
Again, the lighting is so fucking dark.
He probably was up there for all I know. And I mean, granted, it may not seem like it for you guys, but on my TV screen, I did change the brightness up a little bit, so it's not as hard to see.
Okay.
It's hard for me to see.
I see it just fine. So, first, another one of these. Heave.
Oh! Oh no!
Let's use-
I'm allergic to brawl.
Well, then don't go into the
Bush.
melee.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Bush Brash Ball? What?
Bold and brash brawl.
Belongs in the trash mall?
Bold and brash.
Just a bit more.
Oh, totally bogus.
Oh, that's another thing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be making a couple of comparisons just because it's been fresh in my head. That's another thing that with the randomizers, they make all of these last like 15 seconds.
Oh,
Nice.
thank goodness.
So I give them credit where it's due to try and make it a bit more like approachable. What I think would have been neat is if they had it where sure it takes this long, but every time you get a confirmed kill, it makes the timer go down faster, or minus a couple seconds.
Either that or changes up what type of enemies you have to deal with.
Because otherwise, as you see here, apart from the shockwave enemy, you really just kind of get into a loop and then that's it.
Oh,
You made it look like they all hit each other instead of you.
That's kind of what was open for.
Now in here. Anyway,
All right, there's one last thing we'll be doing, and this is where Diddy will come into play.
take the flight.
Into another Barrel Bandit game.
Oh no.
Sorry about that, I had to take a call, and I see we've got compulsive gambling back on the scene, baby.
Let's go gambling.
Time to fulfill our crippling crap, I forgot what
Addiction.
Shen called it in
Crippling
Pokemon
debt.
2. That condition that Max had while he was playing at the inventory.
Oh.
It was like crippling impulse control issues.
That would make sense. No.
ah, dang it.
Ah, dang it. Ah, dang
Dang,
it.
dang
I got
it.
honey all over my legs.
What
Ah,
the heck?
dang it.
Oh, dang it. Are we gonna have enough time now?
I don't think so.
No.
But I don't think we're out enough time.
Not unless you just like speed run. It's like go. 1, 2. No. Okay, never mind.
Ah, dang it.
There was a belief.
Ah,
Look, I got
dang
2
it.
grapes.
This is why you should never let Diddy into the casino.
Welcome to bonus stage.
Well,
Do you think they would ever establish a casino in Congo Bongo?
Who says they haven't already?
The K-A-Casino?
that'd be Swanky Kong.
The Casino?
Yeah, Swanky Kong.
I thought you were about to call him Swine Kong.
No,
Why wasn't Swanky Kong in the show?
I don't know.
Because they had to make space for a Bluster Kong.
because then you love Bluster Kong so much more.
Or Eddie the Mean Old Yeti.
He only appeared like one time though. Damn it. He only appeared like one
Oh, I
episode.
did appear to
though.
handful of times.
Oh, yeah?
Anyways, I'll be right back. I have to walk the dog.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Actually, I didn't know that he appeared multiple times. I thought just that the one episode he was dedicated to.
No, he appeared in like a couple of other episodes. In fact, he
Thief leave! Thief leave snack!
there's that, and probably the big appearance everyone remembers him the most was when he was like when they were parodying "It's a Wonderful Life." Eddie was like DK's guardian angel there.
Oh right, the one where like where DK kept singing to him and he was like, no.
It's like no can do. He's like, well, what are we gonna do? Go for snow cone?
Well, with that all said, everybody, that's about all we can really do as far as backtracking is concerned. So next time, we're gonna buckle down, bend down the hatches, and start swimming in the gloomy galleon.
We're gonna sleep with the fishes. So I'll make sure to pass it
But
on.
first, we're gonna blow up Iki's house.
What?